Now is the case study 3, which is going to be an agricultural field survey with the SuperSurv. The scenario is that we're going to do an investigation of the agricultural region of the land use and the soil condition in the southern Taiwan, which is actually in Tainan. And what we're going to perform is an online field survey by sending the data, the field survey data, back to the SuperGIS server right away just after we collect the data. And also we're going to show you how to switch editing between the different layer file, and we're also going to tell you how to do a quick on-screen query and measurement. So first we're going to talk about to do a quick data query, and you can set up your target layer and the field in the query setting, and there are two ways to query the data in the SuperSurv, which is the attribute query, allow you to enter the keyword that you can find, and also we allow you to do an identify query, which you tap on the screen and it will show up the information. The second part is the on-screen measurement. There are a measurement tool in the SuperSurv which is very useful, and it can help you to measure up the lanes and the area and to measure the data of the specific feature. And also we allow you to switch between the numeric unit and the imperial unit and the dimension settings. And the third part is very important, which is the online editing. And before starting up the online editing, you have to set up the map service, which already built by the SuperGIS server in the system. And so you can set up the server data, the server information in the system setting. After you finish it, you can start to do the survey, which is quite the same as the offline editing, but the system will ask you to confirm whether you want to synchronize the data to the server. And after you check you want to synchronize the data will be sent immediately back to the server, so the officer in the office will see the result right away. So now let's head back to the simulator here, which I'm going to switch to another project. So tap on the menu button, and here open project. I'm going to use this one, the case 03, which you can see that there already has a base map here. I'm going to zoom in a bit, which shows the different village. So this is the area we're going to do the survey, and the first part I'm going to do is to load in the data from the server, which if you want to set up the SuperGIS server, you can enter the setting here, and you will find the option that allow you to set up the SuperGIS server. Now since it has been set up, so I'm going to tap the server button on the top of the screen, tap it. So now you can see the data from the server has been loaded. And it will also ask you to enter the ID and the password if you have on your SuperGIS server. And I have to close the magic tool here. And the waypoint I have to in the form project I have to close it. Okay. Now head back. And since you can see there are features which I have already put the data in the SuperGIS server, and now I'm going to show you how we look in the office. Since if I am the officer, so I can see also see the data on the SuperGIS desktop in the office. So if the surveyor started to collect the data and send it back to the server, it will automatically show on the screen. So back to the simulator here. Now the first part we're going to talk about the query. If you tap on the query button here, and before you start up the query, you have to do a quick setting. You can you can do the setting of the attribute query and the identity query. So I'm going to do identity query here. Tap on the setting button and select the data on the layer you want to query, which is I'm going to show you the right layer here. Tap on it, and you can also select the layer the field you want to show, which is I'm going to show this surveyor and the status. Tap on the OK button and head back and save the changes. Now, once you finish this, you can start up to do attribute the identify query. Tap on the tool here, identify query, and tap on the feature. And we'll start to query and show the information. Like this one is a rise, and the status is a loam. The condition of the soil is a loam, and the surveyor is Bob. If I tap on another one, to query again, and tell me that, oh, this is also Bob. Bob do the survey. Now, I'm going to show you the measure tool. Tap on this button, and the toolkit will be shown. And this one is you can measure up any lengths on the screen, which you can show. If you finish, you can tap on this button to check, and will tell you the length. And also it allows you to build a polygon and to measure up the area, which I'm going to show you on the screen. I tap on this button, show you the area. It is around 11 hectares. And also you can measure up specifically feature on the screen, and you can tap on it, and it will show you the information of this. Of this feature. So I'm tap on it again. Query, and it will show the parameter and the area. Now we're going to show you how to do online editing. To do online editing, you have to open up the layer you want to edit first, which is quite the same as the offline editing. You can select this button, Edit Layer, and select the editable layer here. Tap OK. I'm going to edit the character here. Tap OK. Also, I'm going to use the fake GPS signal here. So I'm going to feed in the signal. So you can see that I'm in this position of the farm. And now if you want to collect the data, which is quite the same as the offline editing, you can tap on this button and to collect the data automatically. Tap OK. So now I'm going to move along. To move along. And if you want to head back, you can press this button. If you don't want the point, you can tap this button. So you can see the node has been cancelled. Now, because I still have to do the setting of the interval, I'm going to change it into 2 seconds here. So every node will be collect every 2 seconds, and save the changes. Now I'm going to move along this farm and tap on the data collecting. Tap OK. So now you can see I'm going to move along this farm, moving along, and the node has been collected. You can see the polygon has been created while I'm moving along of the farm. Now once you finish, if you finish, you can also tap on to close the GPS and tap OK. So a feature has been created. And we'll ask you to confirm whether you want to synchronize the data with the server. Tap OK here. And you can enter the attribute, which is the carrot, and the status, maybe a loan, and the surveyor is Danny. And tap OK to synchronize. So our polygon will be synchronized to the server, which is here. And if you head back in the officer in the office, if you want to check the data being collected immediately, you can just to move the map a little bit, so you can see the data has been synchronized to the server simultaneously while we finish the data collecting. Right, let's head back to the slide. So in this part, we told you how to conduct online editing and collaborate with the SuperSurv and the SuperGIS Server. And the data query and the query setting is very important before to conduct on-screen querying. And also you can use the measurement tool to measure the lanes, the area, and to measure up a specific feature on the screen. And we're very It is very convenient to use the online editing, which has a lot of the benefit, which it is a real-time data synchronization, allow you to download and upload all the data. If you're the surveyor is out on the field and you are the officer, so you can manage all the data just in the office, and all the data will be collected in real time, and you can see it, and it will allow you to do efficient work, location and management, and it is very precise and timely data, so that all the data could be placed in the SuperGIS server. So all you can use it as a web service or to edit by the online tool, and you can also it has also some of the tool that allow you to do like extensive applications, and also it can be to provide some of the service to the mobile device. Thank you for your attention.